What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Now, I had a lot of fun on my last video upload for today, but on this one, I take no pride, no fun, nothing of the like in giving this story. All right, now everybody's been talking about Miss Carlethia, aka Carlee Russell, online for the past week. I would say over the course of the last 48 hours, a lot of developments have been made in her story after she was actually returned home. Carlee's parents have done interviews, told their account of what they were willing to share to the people while still being very secretive and very mum about certain details that most people felt pretty entitled to knowing because there had been so much support for her to be returned home. Unfortunately, those questions remained unanswered. However, it seems that the tables have been turned on Carlee today. Out in Alabama, the police have actually held a press conference letting the people know that there's a lot of inconsistencies in her story, a lot of holes that still remain unpatched. They have questions at the police station that they're still waiting on her to come in and answer. Her parents have said that she's not ready, she's not in the right mental state, and they said, "We will be here when she is. Take your sweet time, we got all day." So let's do a quick recap on everything that happened because I did not cover it on my channel. My fiance has been on the front lines covering it on her channel. I took more of a diplomatic approach. I just wanted to see how everything played out. I wasn't all the way emotionally invested. Things didn't sound right to me from the jump, but I didn't want to come out and say those things, and I didn't want to discredit a story if this lady really needed help. After this press conference, it's like, hey man, we really got to address this. Police shared new details Wednesday on the case of Carlethia, aka Carlee Nicole Russell, the Alabama woman who went missing for 49 hours last week after calling 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the side of the highway. That alone right there sounded crazy, but you know, you just never know. You might see a baby out there. I've mostly seen adults on the side of the highway, but hey, maybe it was a mirage. Maybe she was dehydrated and was seeing things. Maybe she really saw someone out there. I don't know. Maybe she's got mental issues that we don't understand just yet. All of these things are still possible. At the news conference, Hoover Police Chief Nick Derzis says the investigation will continue and authorities do not believe that there is any threat to the community. He told reporters no one has reported a missing child and investigators have found evidence of no one, not to mention the fact that there was video footage that showed her by herself on the side of the road during the nighttime. It was pretty dark. It even appears that she reached into the backseat of the car, retrieved a perhaps flashlight, and took off into the woods on her own cognition. Wild stuff, man. The chief said officers have been unable to verify most of Russell's initial statement, though they want to interview her again. Like I said, they waiting to talk. Russell's mother has said that she believes her daughter was abducted before she returned home 2 days later on foot. She says Carlee has given detectives her statement and hopefully they are pursuing her abductors. So her mother is sticking to the story that she was abducted by someone out there, although it seems he must be in the midst just like that baby. Chief Derzis also told the reporters that investigators have learned Miss Carlee took items from work, stopped at a restaurant to get food, bought snacks at Target, all before she went missing. Now, of course, there was the story floating around that she was trying to get some food for her family before she went home and she never made it back. So that kind of stays a little bit consistent. But again, this paper bag has been stabbed a few times. There are some holes. He also spoke about web searches on her cell phone that lead up to her disappearance. In the limited communication that Miss Carlee has had with investigators, these are her accounts. She claimed that the man picked her up and then she screamed. According to the chief, Russell told the police that the man made her go over a fence and afterwards she was forced into a car. Next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. So she was transferred from a standard car, standard vehicle that anybody on the street would have to an 18-wheeler. She stated that the man that captured her was also with a female, although she never got a look at her, stating that she only heard the woman's voice. However, she also told detectives that she could hear a baby crying. So she's staying consistent with this baby, basically saying that the baby was used to lure her out of her car. And the man then captured her, got the baby, retrieved the baby. Everybody went over the fence into a car and into an 18-wheeler where a woman was also in it that she did not get a chance to see. She said that she was blindfolded but was not tied up because the captors did not want to leave any impressions or marks on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. So at this point, people are starting to believe that she may be either tortured or sexually taken advantage of. Carlee says she believed that they took pictures of her, but does not remember them having any physical or sexual conduct. She woke up the next day where the woman fed her cheese and crackers, which were the same cheese and crackers that were obtained at Target, and the lady played with her hair. But still, up to this point, she had no visual of this woman. After approximately 2 days, she claims that they loaded her up back into the car for some reason, not sure where they were trying to transport her, but she was able to escape, ran through the woods, and somehow came out on the street that led to her home around 10:45 p.m. on Saturday. Again, her family has not allowed her to speak to detectives and police since then. They say that she's not in a good mental state and that she's not prepared to speak. They've also been very quiet about certain details when they did their interview, where they were basically saying that there was an ongoing investigation and they were not trying to blow the case or something to that effect, which made a lot of people curious because it's like, why do you seem like you're on the defense? Are they investigating into you? Because we thought they would be looking for a kidnapper. In that television interview, her mother also insisted that Carlee had fought for her life, physically and mentally, in order to get back home. But as I stated before, once they were actually able to retrieve her phone and start going through it, they found some other things that make it seem as though Miss Carlee was not running from anyone, did not see a baby, possibly was not captured by anyone, and that maybe whoever she ran to was possibly waiting in a plan that she and them had already concocted themselves. In her phone, they discovered web searches that included, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How to take money from a register without being caught. They also saw search results for her looking for bus tickets one way from Birmingham to Nashville, and that she was also looking up the movie Taken, which is also about an abduction. All of these things were in her phone within that time period before she went missing. When police made it to her car on Thursday, they found her wig, a phone. They also found a purse, which was on the front seat of the car, but there was no sign of her or any child. There was also food from a restaurant inside the car, but for some strange reason, the snacks from Target were not there. Some of the items that she allegedly stole from work prior to all of this happening was a dark colored bathrobe, toilet paper, and other items that belonged to the business. So she took some things that she was gonna need for a getaway. According to the detectives and the investigators, when she was on the phone reporting this child on the street, they say that she drove approximately 600 yards down the highway when she was supposedly seeing a child. There was no imminent danger. There was nothing going on. 600 yards, that's the length of 6 football fields. If you've ever seen a game, one field is big enough. At this point, we still, like I said, nobody really knows what she was going through. Nobody seems to know the type of scheme she was trying to come up with. Nobody knows what she was trying to escape in her life. If she was trying to evade a boyfriend or somebody that she knows within the city that she needed to get away from. We haven't determined that. That seems like a more plausible thing if ever discovered. But again, her family won't let her speak to anyone else. They won't let her speak to the police. So more than likely, it's going to take a while before we actually get the real answers. They already feel as though they're doing their civic duty by keeping us updated because, of course, this has become a national story. People in other countries are becoming aware of who Carlee Russell is. So many people advocated for her return. So many people actually donated money to foundations along with her family, along with her parents. Thousands of dollars were raised, hundreds of thousands of dollars close to it. None of that money is being returned. None of it's coming back. And people want answers. They want to understand what's going on. There's so much that needs to be answered when it comes to all of this, man. Her parents, when they called the EMTs to come out to the house, they said that she was unresponsive but breathing. When they got there, she was completely conscious. She was speaking. She seemed to be in very stable condition, which was contrary to what they said over the phone. What was she running from? It seems like there were some real issues upstairs, or some type of issue with someone that she actually knew going on in her life. Questions that need answers. Maybe one day we'll get them. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Let me know what you think happened. Let me know what you think the timeline of events really is. Have you been clued in on this story? Do you know some things that I did not mention in this video? Let it all hang out. At this point, this is like an unsolved mystery. It's crazy, man. Like I said, like and share this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, hit that post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.